But before we do that, today's episode is brought to us by Buckeye State Credit Union. If you're unfamiliar with the Buckeye State Credit Union, let me introduce you to the financial friend you didn't know you needed until now. Buckeye State Credit Union is a local brand offering a wide range of products, from savings accounts to mortgages and auto loans. They have some of the lowest rates around and are committed to serving Northeast Ohio. The Cleveland location is in Shaker Heights, but they have 5 brick-and-mortar locations across the state. Basically, Buckeye State Credit Union is here to help make your life easier. They make banking more convenient, always putting the customer first, so you leave feeling cared for, valued, and respected. At Buckeye State Credit Union, their core values are what set them apart: connect, simplify, and adapt. These values make Buckeye State Credit Union the right choice for you. Head to buckeyecu.com for more information. Buckeye State Credit Union, your money simplified. So, guys, I asked Kenny Atkinson this exact question before the Cavs' final regular season game. And I asked it because I knew we were going to have some time off between when they played on Sunday and when they played on Sunday again, whether it be Saturday. So this was a little bit of filler content. Steve, we're not taking the shot first. We're going to do it at the end, so you can drop the shot. I asked Kenny, is Donovan a better basketball player or a better leader? Bull, we're going to get your opinions before we get to Kenny. What do you think? Better basketball player, better leader?
I mean, it's an impossible question to answer because
there is no right answer.
As much as it seems like he's a great leader, I'm not in that locker room, so how do I know exactly how good a leader he is? I think he's excellent at both, but I'm just going back. I've been going back and forth. I'll say he's a better basketball player just because I don't know exactly how good he is as a leader. It seems like he's great, but I don't know for sure because I'm not in the locker room.
If you want the resume stuff, he's been nominated for Teammate of the Year and is most likely going to be a first-team All-NBA guy. At worst case, a second-team All-NBA.
I'm going to go player just because there's more tangible things I can point to with that.
I'll play devil's advocate. I'll go leader then because I think that it's no secret that Donovan, the way he's took the step back and allowed people to grow this season has been remarkable, and it shows that he truly does believe in people. And as a leader, sometimes you got to do that. You got to build up the guys around you. I think last year he realized in the playoffs, I can do this. He showed his passion and his love, and he can do it by himself. But even in that stretch, the leadership in him still, it was something about, I got to find a way to get Darius going. And you remember, I can't remember what game it was when Darius hit the 3 and they did the long hug after the game or after the shot.
That was last year in the playoffs against Orlando in Game 7.
Yeah, it was like that. It takes a leader to keep believing in people like that to try to get people going. So I'm gonna say just off of those things alone, I'm gonna say he's a better leader than basketball.
All right, Jason, break the tie.
Tyrus is right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's to take nothing away from Donovan as a basketball player, obviously.
Yeah.
But from the day they brought him here, I've said this a ton of times on the show, he's done everything exactly what they wanted. He's done everything right. He sets the tone in the locker room, and you see all of how much fun these guys have in the locker room. It's very rare. It's very rare. You could speak to this probably better than me. For a locker room to have this type of cohesion and chemistry and everybody to genuinely get along and like each other, that don't happen. And the teams that I covered, the championship era team, they were very cliquey.
Yeah.
It was very, very cliquey. You had this group over here and that group over there. And Channing, I mentioned Channing earlier, Channing was really sort of the one that when he got here, he sort of unified everyone, but it was still, everyone sort of went their own separate ways. But you set the leader sets the tone for everything, and Donovan has been that guy. It's not just this year; it's since he got here. And winning certainly helps. Winning puts everybody in a good mood. If you're not winning 60 games and top seed in the East, because I do think there were frustrations in the past with how everything fit together and how guys fit together. And obviously, we discussed the issues with the coaching that was here previously and all that. But Donovan always says the right thing, always does the right thing. His dad worked in PR, he worked in pro sports. Yeah. He knows how to do this. He knows how to play the game. And the way that he carries himself, conducts himself, and then you get to what you mentioned about taking a step back and allowing Evan to flourish and Donovan realizing we need this guy for me to get ultimately where I want to go in my career, I need him. I need Evan to be the guy that we all know he can be, and Darius, the growth in Darius this year. So he has played this, I think, perfectly. And it was a huge risk in bringing him here. They knew the risk when they made the trade. They bet on themselves that they had 2 years to convince him to stay, and they won. And as soon as he signed the extension, they won. They won the deal. And he's been a home run. And then you add, obviously, what he can do on the court. But what he's been able to do for this franchise in showing guys how to be a professional, taking a really, really young group of players who had no idea how to win, who were just starting out their careers, he has been exactly what they've needed.
And I like the
You don't want Colin Sexton back. Is that what you're saying?
Colin's a good kid. Like I said, no, but I'm glad you said that, because I said and wrote a lot of really mean things about Colin, and I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But that was part of the organ, and he was
Are
a
you
good
saying
kid.
you backpedaling?
No,
Unlike
not at
me
all.
saying bad things about members of the media, which I don't feel bad about.
But I mean, it was true, and
Yeah.
they were putting him in positions for which he wasn't capable.
Yeah.
And it was really more of an indictment on the organization than on Colin.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about Colin the other day, and I felt, because like I got a son his age, and I'd be mad if someone like me was
Of course.
saying those things about him.
What did you say?
Well, they were trying to. It's not worth going back into. They were trying to make him the focal point of the team. He wasn't built to be that. They were trying to prop him up into the star player that he never was.
I got you. So that's all you were saying, was that he's not. He's a role player.
Yes,
not a star.
and they were trying to make him way more into what he
I mean,
was.
at the point LeBron had just left,
The franchise was in a transition period. There was a lot going
you
on.
needed.
I get it.
it's water under the bridge.
Yeah, it is.
Let's hear what
But
Kenny.
he's a good kid.
Okay. Yeah.
Before we hear Kenny, can I give you my 2 cents?
No.
Perfect. I'm going to do it again. Donovan is an incredible player. His basketball resume speaks for himself. He's the highest scorer ever against the Celtics. You know, he's an all-NBA guy, second team once in his career. This could be the first time in his career he makes all-NBA first team. Some of the stuff that you don't necessarily see from Donovan that Jason and I get a little peek at behind the curtains in the locker room is, if somebody has a good game, right, and they're doing their media scrum, Donovan is always off to the side, not necessarily stealing the spotlight, but listening closely to the player's answer, because if they try to downplay their own performance, it's Donovan who's the first one to then hype them up. And he helped, in my opinion, Darius Garland find his confidence and find his groove again. Tyvis mentioned that Game 7 last year in the playoffs, and then it just kind of continued to increase during this regular season. Evan Mobley gets a lot of credit for his own development. But Donovan instilled confidence in him to help become this player who I think could join Donovan on the All-NBA team this season. I don't think there's a right answer. There's no tangible stat for leadership. If you want to read a good column on Donovan, behind the scenes, Ethan Sands of Cleveland.com put one out yesterday talking about kind of Donovan, how he helps some of his other teammates. But I did ask Kenny that question, and this is what Kenny said on Sunday on whether or not he believes Donovan's a better basketball player or a better leader.
Oh, that's a great question. I would, we all know his talent, and I would say this season, it was more important that he was a great leader. Like, it's almost, he's got, we all know the talent and the player that he is, but it was, I think the number one priority was him leading this and making the sacrifices he made and empowering. The play is going to kind of be the play, with him. It's the talent is there. It's his mentality coming into this year, his ability to kind of change, empower Evan, empower Darius, help JA flip his rotation, flip who he's playing with, shorten his minutes, minute rotation, all that stuff. If you went out and wrote an article and say that was the number one key to the season, I wouldn't argue with you.
By the way, I love that Mike left the part in where he tells him it was a great question.
Of course.
Which it was a great question.
Thank you.
And like he was like, huh, like, wow. He was impressed. Unlike Tony Grossi.
Oh my God!
Mike Lucas asked great questions in the press
Why
conference.
is it Mike considered a beat guy?
Because he doesn't travel
I
with
don't
the team on the
travel.
road.
I'm there
He
every
doesn't
day.
go to practices.
Okay. Would you?
I was a beat guy for A&M. I do not want to be
I
a beater.
consider Mike a Cavs analyst.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I'm a Guardians analyst.
Oh,
No.
Don't even. Don't even.
Wait till we get to the topic.
I
We'll
might
talk
leave.
about it. We'll talk about it.
Go ahead, Mike. What do you want to say? Or somebody was going to say
There's
something.
one. You got something? I was going to add one other thing on Donovan. But
No, just I don't think it's hard to put into like tangible statistics or impact leadership. It's kind of one of those things you see it and you know it. And if it's not there, it's the same way. If it's not there, you also know it. And Donovan's an incredible basketball player. And I think when you look at the list and make a list of guys who have taken a step back to allow others to improve and take some of the spotlight, that's the hardest thing for a star to do. And Donovan did it with class, grace, and care this season in a way that I think is really, really rare.
Has
LeBron ever done that?
That's what I say. It's very LeBron.
Well,
because LeBron would put the trust in other people.
LeBron did it at 38,
Wow.
37. Donovan's in the prime of his career. So it's even harder. But the reason why, and this is the other thing I was going to add, the reason why I think he's open to doing this is because there's one piece missing on his resume. He's got all the All-Star appearances. He's got the All-NBA teams.
Yeah.
He's got 2 max contracts.
MVP.
He's got it all, except winning.
No.
Never made it out of the second round.
Right.
And that matters. And
yeah.
so now, like, he's got that drive of, he said it all year. We ain't done anything yet. We haven't accomplished anything yet. We ain't won anything yet. We ain't done anything yet. And he's right. And obviously, they've had a terrific regular season, a terrific season.
If they don't
that
make
nobody
it to
saw
the
coming.
third round,
Oh, my God. Total disaster.
It'll be a massive disappointment
Yeah.
if they don't make it to the conference finals. If they lose to Boston in the conference finals,
It
I don't
is
know if you
what
can
it
really
is.
be that angry.
As
or
long as it's a
upset.
good series.
Yeah,
They
I
lose
mean,
a hard-fought
if it's
6-7 game
6-7,
series.
yeah.
We're disappointed, but it's not a disaster.
Yeah, and I think he's done with excuses. He's done with waiting.
Yeah.
I wrote about that the other day.
when it came out.
Yeah, I wrote about it a few days ago. I didn't tweet it out or anything, but I wrote about just like, because I just,
So we can go to the Athletic and find this?
yeah.
Okay.
Because I just wondered
Free plug.
if you have to, Boston is so good, like they are so good right now, and they are such an animal. Do you just have to sort of wait out Boston? And Donovan don't want to hear that.
Well, I'm hoping that their first round series against Orlando gets them. You know how Mikey was talking about.
It won't be Orlando. Oh, you mean Boston?
He's the Celtics.
Boston. I'm
Celtics.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Talking about, I'm hoping that, you know how after we played Orlando, we was kind of beat up because they're a physical team. I'm hoping that
They'll extract the pound of flesh.
that will happen.
Orlando,
for Boston
Orlando
this year.
is a physical team, man. Jamal Mosley and JB have a lot in common in terms of their style and the way that they coach and the way there's a reason they're close friends.
The reason the Magic ain't gonna win this is because they can't shoot like that.
No,
They
Orlando's
can't
not
shoot
going to
at
win
a
the
high
series.
clip.
But they can
all
take
that.
a pound of flesh.
If
They gotta win one game?
If they could shoot, it would be a very good series.
Yes, I won't rule out them winning a game because
Yeah.
Boston is Team ADD. So,
All right. Let's predict it right now.
Team ADD.
Celtics in how many?
5.
yeah, it's hard to predict a
Yeah.
sweep in the NBA. I'll say 5.
5. Cavs in 5?
We don't even know who the opponent is.
Doesn't matter.
If they play the Heat,
Pick it either way.
if they play the Hawks, it's a sweep. If they play the Heat, it's 5.
Who do you think's going to win? Heat, Hawks?
Heat.
I think the Hawks win. I think the Cavs sweep the Hawks.
I think the Heat have a
I think
chance to win.
I think
that
the Heat
game.
win and the
This is
Cavs
like-
win in 5.
All right, so if the Heat win, what's
This
the
is the
Cavs Heat
Heat's
series?
Heat and 5.
5.
I mean, Cavs and 5.
Cavs in 5.
Jason's struggling with the first
If
round
it's the
series
Hawks,
pick.
they're gonna sweep the Hawks.
I just think like this is Miami, man. They've got that.
You think they're
spell
going to win 2
magic.
games?
I think that there's a chance they could win 2 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Cavs and 6.
Atlanta is 5. Atlanta's 5.
Bucks Pacers, what do you got?
Bucks and 4.
No, stop it.
What do you think he was gonna say?
I think
He would
Bucks
say Bucks in
in
2
4.
if he could.
What do you like, Jason? Bucks Pacers.
Bucks.
I like the Pacers.
I like the Pacers too. I don't
Bucks
know
and
why.
4.
Pacers in 7.
Knicks.
you a hater.
I got Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 6.
Who the Knicks playing?
Detroit.
Pistons.
I might take.
I ain't taking the Pistons, but I got the Knicks in 6.
I might go 7.
Knicks in 7. How about Clippers Nuggets?
Give me the Clips. Clips
Because
in
they fired the coach?
No, I
You're
actually
betting
think
against the
Clippers-
best player?
I'll take.
I
I'll-
like the Clippers. Give me the
I
Clips.
like Ty Lue in the playoffs.
If Kawhi is
Coaching
playing like
matters.
if Kawhi playing like number 2 for Toronto like he did against us,
Yeah.
Clippers in
I'm
6,
picking the Nuggets,
but I'm
and then
taking
if-
the Nuggets.
And then if they win, I'm going to pretend like Tyvus that I'm an expert on basketball.
Golden
What
State,
is that
Houston.
supposed to be?
No, how you do with baseball.
I'm right.
Well, we're gonna talk about
Yeah, Golden State. I'm picking Golden State. Anybody else?
I'll take Golden State.
I'm taking
Who
Houston.
they playing?
Houston in 7.
I'll take Golden State, man. They're dangerous.
They're minus
Playoff-
200 favorites.
That
in
playoff
Vegas.
Golden State
Jimmy
is?
different, man.
Minus 200 to win the series.
That's crazy. As a 7 seed.
Oklahoma City's going to play either Memphis or Dallas, right?
Yeah, they're gonna win in 5 regardless.
Yeah, that might be a sweep.
Okay.
I would take
And
a sweep
then
on
what's the
that.
last series?
That's it.
Oh, Lakers, Minnesota.
Timberwolves.
Lakers in 5.
Give me Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6.
I'll take the Lakers in 6 too.
All right, there you go. Keep it moving.